In the financial year 2023-2024, out of 52.7 trillion shillings budget, the Judiciary was allocated 392 billion shillings to deliver services to Ugandans and to run its administrative costs. As we complete the year 2024, our focus is on how the third arm of government has performed in terms of utilizing the allocated funds, its achievements in the year 2024, and the plans for the year 2025. Reference is made to the Judiciary Annual Performance Report of the year 2023-2024. The arm closed the year with the disposal of 200,000 cases. However, the Chief Justice Alphonse Chigamoyo Winyido says it was a tremendous performance that saw the case backlog decline.
Many things that have facilitated this: enhanced numbers of judicial officers, innovative approaches to justice delivery, technology, and so on and so forth. True, a couple of judicial officers may be found to be wanting in this regard. Those are exceptions to the general pattern where judicial officers really put their very best, their soul, their body, their spirit, to ensure that the little that we give is given to justice seekers in this country. And I had even just 25 Court of Appeal justices. I do believe that the Chief Justice would be able to tell all judicial officers, if a case has taken more than 365 days, 366 days in your court.
Among other achievements registered was the construction of Supreme Court and Court of Appeal, recruitment of over 400 judicial officers, including non-judicial staff.
We have improved on case disposal, which has been a very big problem. In the financial year 2023-2024, we completed 239 cases, 1,000 cases, out of 401,000 cases. Now, number two, we have also managed to recruit new staff to a total of 414 personnel into the service. Judges of the Supreme Court, we got 2, 3 justices of Court of Appeal, 11 judges of the High Court, 6 registrars, 6 deputy registrars, 5 assistant registrars, 2 chief magistrates, principal magistrates grade 1, senior magistrate grade 1, 87 magistrates grade 1, and 289 administrative staff. The third, we have gone ahead to automate court process. We started with the electronic court case management information system, and we have been rolling out. We started with 8 courts, and now we have gone to another 4 courts, and we intend to go to another 10 courts, so that the electronic court case management information system is spread all over.
With the renovations and construction of courts, beneficiaries included Budaka and Patong Magistrates Court, the construction of Rukunjiri High Court, that stands at 70% completion, Albatong Magistrates Court at 60%, Liantonde, Abim, Kalang and Tororo High Court, which stands at 35%.
Improving court infrastructure. We have completed construction of a number of courts in this country. Prominent among them is the Supreme Court and the Court of Appeal, which is there for everybody to see. At least we have now saved the government 6 billion every year, which have been paying in rent. The Supreme Court judges are comfortably seated, and the Court of Appeal judges are also comfortably seated. But as you see, even in this High Court, where you are seated, renovation has been taking place to match the new structures that have come up. We also completed the construction of Budaka Chief Magistrate Court, Patongo, Soroti we are finishing, Rukunjiri we are finishing, Aribatong, Abim, all of these have been completed. Emphasis is going to be put on quickly disposal of commercial and land disputes, because these 2 areas I've talked about are as important as the others, but they are more important because there is an economic implication. If you look at cases which are in the commercial court, There are cases there which are tied, which would be helping the economy. The cases which are in construction, cases which are in trade, cases which are in insurance, cases which are in banking, all of these cases in land which affect the livelihoods of the people. So if these cases are really cleared and the money goes into the economy, that means the tax base will be big, and the revenue collection will be up, and the budget will be supported by our revenue, not even going to borrow from outside. So we want to see how we can really put emphasis on those areas.
Aiming at capacity building was the host of East African Chief Justices Conference, Judges, Registrars and Magistrates Conference, Permanent Secretaries to the Judiciary from the East African countries, and the first ever Judiciary Prayer Breakfast.
We thank Him for healing those who have been sick. We bless the Lord for that. We thank God for employment. There are about 45 million Ugandans, but it is us who are here serving in the judiciary in the different ranks. We are thankful to God for that.
We thank God for who we are. So when we feast like this, it is because it is in our nature. We thank God for who we are. We ask Him that as human beings, we fail every day in our thoughts, in what we do, and in what we fail to do. We fail the Lord, and we still ask Him. And when He never tires of listening to us. So when we have an opportunity like this, we praise Him, we thank Him.
Holding alternative dispute resolution sessions where over 200 cases were completed, including special court sittings in Supreme Court and Court of Appeal, High Court in Kampala, Mbale, Kasese, among other achievements.
The commercial court concluded 31 case files, and these are case files that involve a lot of money, more than 1 billion plus. 31 case files were concluded. It is a success. Mukono High Court concluded 10 case files, including land matters and other civil matters. Masaka High Court concluded 7 case files. Machinde Chief Magistrates Court concluded 66 case files, and Mengo Chief Magistrates Court concluded 23 case files.
This can be done within hours, and a decision is what? Agreed upon, and it is recorded by the court. And this has resolved many things. It has reduced, for example, the period where people have to remain on remand before the cases are heard. It has helped to reduce the ratio of remand to convicts in prisons. And I think it has made the criminal justice system just simply more efficient and effective, and it is growing. Our people here in the public relations can give you more detailed statistics if you want about this.
Although a lot was achieved, the judiciary registered some setbacks, which included limited budget, inadequate manpower in the judiciary and other stakeholders, which to a lesser extent hindered the dispensation of justice in the year 2024.
Range from inadequate manpower to inadequate transport, because in some areas, some judicial officers don't have transport. Some of them go on border, and we think that this is really not correct. Then there is also the inadequacies among some of the key justice players. If you look at the police, CID has limited numbers. And these numbers, some of them may not have adequate skills. And for a case to go through, you must have investigations which are professionally carried out. These investigations are handed over to the DPP for prosecution. But you find again the DPP also, in the criminal case, it doesn't have staff. She has understaffed. Even the Attorney General, understaffed. So what does that mean? It means that if there are cases in the court of criminal nature, they may not take off because of these shortages within the other agencies. Of course, we have got also places of hard to reach. If you look at Kome, Muvuma, those islands, Karangara, we don't have accommodation for these judicial officers. Institutional houses is something that we will put on our agenda to address those areas which are very remote. Abim, Karenga, Napak, Buko, Nakapiripit, Moyo, Buhweju, all those areas.
Not eliminating the sad moments the arm had gone through in the year 2024. That saw the demise of Magistrate Maria Mangeni. With the need to increase on the case disposal and to deliver justice unto Ugandans, the arm aims at embracing alternative dispute resolution than ever before and to increase the number of judicial officers.
The greatest innovation, the greatest intervention in the justice process in this country, the game changer in the justice delivery process in this country will be alternative dispute resolution. The courts closed with a pending caseload of 168,838. That is end of June this calendar year, which was the end of the financial year under consideration. 42,588 were backlogged, which accounted for 26.32% of the cases.
When such conflicts arise, they usually carry emotional undertones, which if not well managed can lead to devastating effects to those involved directly or indirectly. Alternative dispute resolution is confidential in nature, and this helps protect family members from the effects of family disputes. The idea is therefore relevant in family justice, since the parties discuss and agree on the terms of settlement. The parties agree on a win-win position, which reduces the possibilities of animosity and adversariality.
Traditionally, we never had these litigations in court. No. The family members would be involved, prominent people in the villages would be the judges, and these things would be sorted out amicably. But the Europeans brought in litigation. Now, ADR is going to be promoted, it's going to be marketed, it's going to be supported. As we talk, the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs is finalizing a policy on alternative dispute resolution mechanism so that this can be entrenched. Now, beyond that, for us as a judiciary, we have in our budget entrenched also resources to help in this ADR. We have even gone ahead. The Chief Justice has appointed mediators, retired judges, those who have got the knowledge of mediation. There are those who have graduated from the University of Pepperdine. They are here. Recently, there was a campaign in northern Uganda. You must have seen it. Deputy Chief Justice launching ADR in Arua, then Soroti has been. So that shows you how we are serious with this ADR, and we shall continue to promote it.
Building more courts at different levels in different parts of the country, including hard-to-reach areas, addressing the challenge of case backlog that now stands at 26.32%, are also among the key issues the Judiciary will address in the year 2025.
Fighting case backlog and high caseload by ensuring timely completion of cases. Now, how do you manage the volume of the work you have at your station? Do you simply come to court every day and hear whatever case the file of the clerk has put before you, or you plan your cases? Do you age them? For example, do you come up every morning and say, this is my aging list. In 2015, I have 1 case. In 2016, I have 2 cases. In 2017, I have 3. That's what I mean by aging. Do you age your cases so that you give priority to the old ones and make sure that you get them out of your system?
I can assure you, Judiciary has got plans to bring Judiciary near the people by establishing magistrate courts to match the increasing demand and for judicial services, especially in areas where there are no courts. There are the areas which had no courts, we are reaching there, so that people can have court services within reach. When you walk, you should be able to go to court. Secondly, we are organizing more court sessions so that many court sessions can be handled. Actually, we have also increased finances on locus. We have increased some allowances to do with sessions. Like recently, there were sessions in Kisoro. The High Court Judge of Kabare had to go there and spent there almost a month clearing cases. Same with the Kasese. So we are trying to see how we can put in finances for these cases to be sorted out. Then we have also we are being...
While addressing at the Magistrates and Registrars Conference, Principal Judge Dr. Flavian Zaija warned them against absenteeism at their workstation.
We can have courts up to the village. We can have a magistrate in every village. But people will still cry that they are not getting justice, they are not accessing justice. So literally, you need a situation where every judicial officer, including the Chief Justice, has somebody breathing on their neck in the performance of their judicial work.
On the issue of absenteeism, I can assure you it is going to be history. Why? Because we are on the ground. In the past, I think there was little supervision. There was little coordination. But right now, a whole inspectorate of a registry of inspectorate was created, and now we have populated this inspectorate. To make surprise visits, we have bought vehicles for them. At least now we managed to get a vehicle for each region. So 5 inspectors come and noticed. So with this inspection, I think people are going to wake up. And it is not a business as usual. They will certainly be in the offices. We have had some cases where we have found offices closed, chambers closed, courts closed.
Although some efforts have been pressed on addressing corruption, there are still missing gaps, which the arm promised to tackle.
First of all, the introduction of ECMIS is one way to fight corruption because it minimizes human-to-human contact. And it is very easy for a person to ask for bribes when it comes to file. Many of them have been trying to access court clerks to give them some bribe so that they can work on their files. But now with the automation, a person can file from wherever he or she is. In the comfort of your bedroom, in the comfort of your sitting room. Even when you are flying and there is Wi-Fi, you can file. And that has really done some good wonders. Then too, we have provided uniform to staff, especially court clerks, process servers, office attendants, drivers. All of these have been involved into corruption. But now we are saying, if you come to court and you see somebody is putting on a uniform, you'll be able to identify this is a driver, this is a court clerk, so that this question of people masquerading as magistrates when they are not has to end. We've also introduced toll-free lines, which can be contacted in case you see or you detect there is corruption tendencies taking place. The toll-free lines are 0800 111 900. The other one is 0800 225 587. This is, I'm giving it to the public so that the public can know these numbers and they should report any case of corruption and unprofessional conduct of our staff. We've also introduced and installed CCTV cameras around the court premises, especially the commercial court. Guru, Mbale, Mbarara, Fort Poto, Buganda Road, the Judiciary Anti-Corruption Court, Land Division, Civil Division, Criminal Division, Entebbe, Mengo, and we intend to go further than that.
The Judiciary in the year 2025 aims at having 800 billion, which will enable them to implement the following.
The question of increase the judiciary budget, yes, we need a budget increase. The President promised us 800 billion in the medium term. Finance says the revenue collection is low, but we leave it to the wisdom of the Parliament to discuss and approve our budget, because we have shown that the money they are giving us is doing a good job. If you look at what we have done, it's incredible. You look at automation, we have bought these like video conferencing machines. I have now gone into almost 19 courts. Arua, Kabari, Mbarara, Mubende, Jinja, Guru, Kitugum, name it. The money which is being given to us is being put to the right cause. And it is not just talking, it is visible. You can see it. You can see it in automation, you see it in recruitment, you see it in construction, you see it in computers, you see it in everything is there to see. So we really want to see how we can enhance adjudication of cases. Reduce the case backlog, promote use of alternative dispute resolution, which I've talked about, then construction of court premises, renovation of court buildings, procurement of vehicles, automation of courts, provision of alternative sources of power like solar, land acquisition for construction of courts.